Hello, this is Courtney Graffius, and this screencast is to show how to download and use Google Folder on your desktop. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is to make sure that you have the Google Drive folder and Google Drive triangle on your desktop. If you have it on your desktop already, you'll see a triangle that says Google Drive. If you don't have it, you can go to this website, https://tools.google.com/dlpage/drive. Again, that's https://tools.google.com/dlpage/drive. From there, you're going to click Download Google Drive. Accept and install. And down in the bottom left, you're going to see Google Drive downloading, the file downloading. Once it no longer shows green, you can open it up. Click the arrow, open, and it's going to ask you to run it. And then you're going to follow some prompts. Then you're going to go to your desktop and you're going to see it says Google Drive. Open up that triangle to follow the prompts. And once you have logged in with your username and password, sign in. For students here, this would be a particular color or activity they chose and the last 3 digits of their student ID followed by @scarboroughschools.org and the password they chose. For teachers, it would be first initial, last name @scarboroughschools.org. Okay, now it says Welcome to Google Drive. A Google Drive folder will be created on your desktop, on your computer. Files in your Google Drive are available on all devices. Next. And now we're going to start our sync. It says files from Google Drive on the web, including Google Docs files, will sync to your Google Drive folder. So what that means is that when you have your Google Drive folder on your desktop, which will appear in a moment, it looks like this, it will be the same files that you have put there from the web, and we'll see that in just a moment. So we're going to start our sync. And now you can see that you have the Google Drive folder on your desktop, and you can drag and drop folders into your Google Drive folder. So you can see I've got a couple of documents in here already, and the reason that those are coming up is because I have those documents on my web interface. Teachers or students will want to move files, teachers from their H drive, into their Google Drive. And a good way to do that is with a split screen. So in order to do a split screen, you're going to take this top bar here and you're going to grab it and quickly sling this to the right, to one side or the other. And then you're going to have a folder on the other side. And the folder that I want on the other side, let's pretend it's my H drive, but in this case it's a folder that's on my desktop called Move These Files. And I'm going to open that up. And now I'm going to take that top bar again and quickly sling this folder to the other side. Let me show you that one more time. So you have to restore down so that it's part of a screen, part of a window, and you're going to take the top bar and sling it to the left pretty quickly. Now when I do that, you'll see that I have a blue background, and so that shows me that I'm ready to have a split screen. So now what I can do is drag and drop. So I have just one document that I'm going to move over into my Google Drive. Likely you will have more to move over. So I'm going to take this test document, drag it, and put it under where it says name and drop it. And now it's syncing up. I can see some blue arrows that are showing me it's syncing. The green arrows means that it's synced already. You can continue doing that until all of your folders are copied over into your Google Drive. And then when that's done, they'll be available on your Google Drive on your desktop as well as your Google Drive on your web interface. Sometimes you might encounter trouble with things syncing up. So a recommendation is to go to the triangle that's located right by the date. I can't show you on my screencast, so I have a screenshot here. There's this triangle, and if you click on that triangle, you are going to get some menu options. And one of the menu options is that you can pause it. So if you pause it and let it sit for a minute, and then click on that triangle again next to the date and click resume. Frequently that will help to alleviate troubles. It's a good tip to know. Let's say you want to create a new Word document, or it could be a PowerPoint. It could be anything that's an Office product. And so I'm going to open my document. This is Word 2013. A little bit different look from 2010, excuse me. So here is a practice document. And now I'm going to go to File, and on 2010 it would say Save As, and then you would select where you want to save it to. However, this computer looks a little different for 2013, so I'm going to browse to where I want to save my document. This is what 2010 people who are using Word 2010 are familiar with, or Office 2010. And you're going to select Google Drive, and then within Google Drive you'll see all of your folders if you have any. You can navigate to what folder you want to save it in and click Save. And my document is all saved. Now when I go to my desktop folder that says Google Drive, my practice document is right there, so I can open it right up. It's an easy way to open up your documents. And it's a very familiar way too. It looks very familiar to how we save our documents, we used to save our documents into our H drive. So I was just showing you the Google Drive folder on the desktop. There's a different look when you go to the web browser. I'm going to open up Chrome right now, and I want to show you what my documents look like on the web browser. So when I go to my drive, I have a couple of documents that are in here. Notice, if it's a Microsoft Word document, it has the W here. If it's a Google Doc, it has the rectangle that is blue and has lines. Now, this is the one that I just made, this practice document. Okay, got it, and I'm gonna open this. And now this is view only on the web interface, which is where I'm at, until I go to File, and I could do two things. I could download this as a Microsoft Word document, or I could go Open with Google Docs. And in that case, if I open and it exports to Google Docs, I'm going to have two copies of my document. I can edit on this one, but I can't edit on the other one unless I were to open it in Microsoft Word, okay, and download it in Microsoft Word. And the place that I would do that, once I open it, is right here. I could go, well, two places. I could go File, Download, or I could go Download right here, and it's going to again download in the bottom left where everything downloads in Chrome. And then I could open it up and download and work on my document from there. So that would be advantageous if you were working from home. Let's say you weren't working on your school computer. And then you would enable your editing. It's a lot quicker if you're working on an Office product to do that from your Google Drive rather than having to download it. If you have a document that has a lot of formatting on it, like fonts or images or spacing, it's really best to leave it in a Microsoft format because the Google Docs does not copy over quite as well as the Microsoft Office products. So that's good to know. Sharing capabilities within Google Docs is pretty fabulous, particularly for collaborating. We talked some about the advantages and the disadvantages of using the Chrome interface of Google Drive, which looks like this, versus the desktop Google Drive, which looks like this. However, there's also a document called Google Domain Cheat Sheet with Google Drive on the web versus Google Drive desktop folder that is here for you and could be really helpful for you to keep by your desk as you're figuring this all out. So that is located, if you go to, again, our helpful links, our Scarborough School District Google PLT blog. And the website for that is http://ssdgoogleplt.blogspot.com. And let me say that for you again. http://ssdgoogleplt.blogspot.com. And let me show you how to navigate to it. This is the blog I was referring to, with some great information. On the left side are pages. If you go to SMS Google Drive, and this is loading, you can click here for a direct link to the cheat sheet, and then you could print it off if you wanted to, file, print it, or you could view it from here. And on the left side, it tells about getting started with your Google domain, probably most steps you've done on that already. And then on the right side are the pros and cons of Google Drive folder on the desktop versus Google Drive web interface. And that's what we focused on today, the advantages and disadvantages of each. I hope that was helpful. Please let us know if you have any follow-up questions.